Now, a crisis has been averted ahead of the start of the fire season next month in Cape Town. This after the city and SAMWU came to an interim agreement before the city filed for an interdict to force firefighters to return to their normal duties. The union with firefighters fall under, SAMWU, represents around 80% of more than 900 firefighters employed by the city. They've been on strike since last week, working only 8 hours per day, but no overtime or standby. SAMWU says that according to the current percentage-based overtime agreement in place, firefighters are shortchanged by 80 hours a month. The city has accused the union of causing the stalemate as it has offered an increase of more than 10% as per the current agreement. Our reporter Mariska Botha has been following the story.
We are coming to you from the Mitchells Plain Fire Station on the Cape Flats, where the South African Municipal Workers Union is busy briefing its members. There has been a stalemate between the City of Cape Town and firefighters affiliated to SAMWU since last week, and since then these firefighters have been on a strike where they don't work overtime. They come in the morning, they work their 8 hours and they go home. Now SAMWU says there's a number of disputes that they have with the city, or issues that they have with the city rather, but top of that is the issue of overtime pay. They say currently firefighters are paid on a percentage basis, and they want that to be scrapped because they say, according to that agreement that is currently in place, firefighters work 240 hours per month and there's an 80-hour a month shortfall, which means they only get paid for 160 hours per month. They would like to see a change to getting double pay on public holidays and Sundays, and time and a half pay on Saturdays. Now the City of Cape Town, of course, says that they offered an increase on this percentage that used to be 22%. They offered to increase it to 35%, which they say is very, very generous, but they accuse SAMWU of causing this problem. But of course this morning the City of Cape Town went to the Labour Court to get an interdict to force these workers, as it were, to return to work, and the parties came together and they agreed that all suspensions and all disciplinary actions will be stayed until the matter is heard finally for a final ruling on the 29th of November. Of course, firefighters here understand now. They were just told that after this meeting they will return to their normal 24-hour-a-day shift, and the ruling is greatly expected towards the end of November. And as you may well know, the City of Cape Town and the Western Cape has an intense fire season that usually starts towards the end of November, and last year the fire season we saw was definitely one where fires raged for longer, fires raged more intensely, and firefighters had to work longer hours because of these intense fires. So both parties, both SAMWU has told us that they understand the service that these firefighters render is absolutely crucial, because without them there could be loss of life and loss of property, but they also feel that their workers should be treated fairly. The City of Cape Town view them as essential workers, and therefore they cannot go on these strikes with the fire season approaching. So affidavits will be processed and documentation exchanged between the city and SAMWU, and they will all meet again on the 29th of November for that ruling by the Labour Court to clear up the dispute and give a final ruling on the overtime pay, among others.